Hi, Gerhard Bloom, once again looking at the tyranny and the delusions of the social justice movement. So it turns out, with enough suffering, the delusions of the leftists can be penetrated. Mentioned before, democratic cities, blue cities, refunding the police, and trying to get a grip on their, Soros-funded DAs to start getting serious with crime. Well, Joe Biden, remember? Joe Biden, not another foot of fencing. Well, and just a few days ago, Greg Abbott, governor of Texas, puts up pontoon barriers and razor wires to stop the flood of illegal migrants. Last month, Border Patrol, 200,000 illegal entrants. 200,000. So, governor of Texas puts up a barrier. Federal agents, just a couple of days ago, are cutting through this razor wire so that they can let these illegal migrants in. Well, sharp turnaround here, folks. Sharp turnaround here. No, not another foot of wall. No, Biden putting up fencing. Why might that be? Because, no, they don't care about the citizens, in red states, and the southern border. Couldn't care less. It's rich, liberal, Democratic voters, Chicago, New York City, they're screaming about, the billions of dollars this is going to cost their cities, right? Billions of dollars, hundreds of thousands of illegal immigrants all across the United States. This is starting to bump against their precious, spoiled lives. So now they're concerned, pushing back on Joe Biden, and Biden's like, there's an election coming up and people don't like me and they're worried about this border crisis. So I need to do something. So yes, but he says he doesn't really think that the fence is going to work, but we're going to do it anyways, because we've got this money already appropriated. Here's Mayorkas, right? Department of Homeland Security. It is necessary to break certain laws, regulations, and other legal requirements, right, to get this done, to ensure the expeditious construction. Well, why would they need to be so expeditious about it? Because it's an emergency and people are finally noticing. And not by watching CNN, because they're not going to show you the hundreds of thousands of people flooding across, because they're bumping into these illegal migrants in their comfortable lives and disrupting their comfortable lives. He says there's an acute and immediate need to construct physical barriers and roads in the vicinity of the border. Again, euphemisms here. He can't bring himself to say, build the wall. Well, they are. What laws and restrictions are they breaking or ignoring? National Environmental Policy, Endangered Species Act, the Clean Water Act, the Clean Air Act. So it turns out enough suffering and enough concerned voters, these leftist delusion can be penetrated. On that front, Germany reopening the mothballed coal power plants. They're reopening. Why? Because winter's coming. I mentioned this before, right? Leftists, they don't think of second, third order consequences. They don't consider first order consequences. Like you defund the police and the violence is going to spill out of control. Really? Yes, really. But no, so now facing a desperate energy shortage, rampant rise in fuel costs, opening coal-fired plants. Sweden, changing its legislation. It had legislation that targeted 100% ban on fossil fuel use by 2040. Well, that's out the window because reality is hitting them in the face. Same thing with Britain. And of course, China and India, they never got on this stupid bandwagon to begin with because they're actually fairly smart in a lot of regards, right? One thing nobody ever accused Xi Jinping of being, and that's stupid. And Biden, no, quite the contrary. Nobody ever accused him of being smart. But now, reality, they're bumping into it in a harsh way. And Same with this radical sex and gender ideology. I don't know how many kids, minors, are going to have their lives and bodies destroyed by this gender affirming care in Canada and the United States, but I can tell you across Europe, they put the brakes on this for minors because they realize it is destroying lives. It's not science. I did a separate video on that. You can check that out if you like. Or better yet, check out my book, Deconstructing Social Justice. It's available on Amazon, any format you care to choose, including audio. And if you like the video, please do drop a thumbs up. Thank you so much for your time and attention now. Bye-bye.